Robbie Williams has been in the spotlight for over 30 years, and during that time he has been dividing the public into every possible direction. This guy from Stoke-on-Trent has vocal fans and haters. Williams sprung from a boy band into super solo stardom, and along the line he went on a wild rollercoaster ride. And however many moments of glory have decorated his career, Robbie Williams is truly a cautionary tale about ego, drugs, and mental health. Robbie Williams is a prime example in the field of classic tragic celebrity stories, but at the same time, he's very different from the others because he got out. Robbie's story could have ended very differently, but gladly it hasn't done so. So, how is his ongoing story developing, and what does Robbie Williams tell us about being a superstar? After years of messing around with drugs and disappointing the people around him, Robbie sought help and found peace within sobriety. He has been sober since around 2006, and after that he has gone on a journey of self-reflection and stabilization. He changed as a person, but at the same time he did not lose himself. Robbie is still that dry-humored, savage-mouthed, fake narcissist.
I'm in the car annoyed that there's bloody paparazzi. And now I'm annoyed that they're not taking my picture. but then right towards the end of me going in the door, one of them goes, Ronnie?
He's still self-deprecating and self-conscious, perhaps to a less extent, but nonetheless. The reason I called him a fake narcissist is because he uses egoism to his advantage to kind of boost his own self-respect. He glorifies his artist persona with grand statements and dandy behavior, but it's more of a shield rather than a reflection of who he truly is. Once you look even a little bit deeper into who Robbie Williams is, you can quite quickly understand that he's a chronically self-critical person. He often hides behind a mask of irony and humor, and that just doesn't necessarily come off well with a lot of people. They tend to take his words and performances at self-value without any kind of a critical lens. Everyone is entitled to their own opinions, yes, of course, but there seems to be a trend in which a lot of people refuse to accept the possibility that Robbie Williams might be possibly maybe putting on a persona when he is in the public eye. There is just no world for them where Robbie Williams could possibly maybe be a nice person or something. Williams uses exaggeration, glamour, and fame as tools of this self-irony. He shows up on stage in fluffy pink costumes and wears golden wings while sparkles fly behind him. And at the same time, he isn't afraid of showcasing himself in the bad light either. Whether it is old scruffy photos of himself and stories about how he was an asshole or a muddy CGI monkey, he recognizes those images and moments as part of himself and his past. There is no denying his very public story. Yes, it is very difficult to talk about realness, authenticity, or honesty with celebrities, but to Robbie Williams those words might be more applicable than to other stars. That vulnerability and Robbie realness is what makes him charming to a lot of people. To many, he isn't only a good musician or a world-class performer. To them, Robbie Williams is a character that evokes feeling. He's human. He has made his mistakes and he doesn't try to deny them. There is no point in doing so. And this sort of self-awareness is what many celebrities seem to lack. Uprightness and introspectiveness seem to be a form of lost art these days. And in relation to other popular British musicians, Robbie stands out in the area of transatlanticism. He's widely famous in Britain and basically everywhere else in the world, except for the United States. In the USA, people just don't know who Robbie Williams is. He tried to break through there too, but it never really happened. Robbie has lived off of attention through his entire career, and he did not receive that in the States. I'll come back to the need for attention soon, but first let's look at possible reasons as to why Robbie never really rose to mainstream fame in the US. Robbie's music is mostly radio friendly. He fits into the pop rock format easily, and there shouldn't really be a reason as to why Americans do not recognize the songs Angels or Feel. But sometimes for some people the stars just do not align. Alongside luck and coincidence, Robbie is perhaps just too British. His humor just does not align with the American idea of comedy, and on top of that, Robbie is just quite a lot. He's eccentric.
Through the show, because I'm old, and it used to be cocaine and strippers, and now it's just banana.
Like I previously stated, he has that element of crass realness that just perhaps doesn't fly well with American society, where everything has to be just at least a little bit plastic. Robbie's use of language is not neat. He speaks very directly and doesn't hide his opinions. You never really know what you're gonna get with Robbie Williams. And that unpredictability is what sets him apart from other British artists. Ed Sheeran, Coldplay, Dua Lipa, they are safe bets. You know what you are going to get with them, but you still get that bit of British edge, that exotic flair. You know, the funny accent and then the occasional swear word. Oh my. And Robbie Williams just doesn't fit into that mold. After years of trying to break through in the US, he had to come to terms with his failure. He accepted that the USA is just not the market for him. He has the entire rest of the world, and maybe, perhaps, in this lifetime, that's enough. If the Yanks are not ready to digest Robbie Williams because he isn't ultra-processed, then that's fine. For years he waited and wanted the entire world to fall in love with him, and if he couldn't get people to love him, then any kind of attention was welcome, even negative attention. And that is where the provocation, bold statements and trolling came in. Many of his low points have been fueled by the need for attention. However, the past few years have been a turning point for him. Robbie realized that most people will never ever care about who he is, so why bother trying? It gets tiring and unhealthy. It is an impossible goal to make everyone care about you, let alone love you. According to Robbie's own words, he doesn't have the need to try to be cool anymore.
It's a pleasure to be with both of you. I've been really looking forward to this.
Are you formally diagnosed as ADHD?
ADHD, depression, isolation, agoraphobia, and then there's incredible fame. And it's a heady, combination.
It's a heady cocktail, isn't it?
When I'm in bed, that's my comfort zone. Anywhere outside of that bed is my discomfort zone. And it's getting better. It was horrendous through my 20s, bad through my 30s. My 40s started to get better, and I'm on an upward curve. I mask. I'm an Olympian at masking, because I will look full of bravado and look pompous and look smug and do these grand gestures, which have worked for me because, they put my face on the poster and people still buy tickets. But actually what's happening is I feel like the opposite of that. You would think that a stadium full of people professing their love to you would work. But whatever it is inside me cannot hear it. 80,000 people never changed my opinion about me.
Robbie Williams puts on a mask because he's still a work in progress. He doesn't necessarily do theatrics because he needs everyone to give a damn about him. He does it to protect something within himself. And sure, he does it for fun and for a good show as well. Williams is slowly tearing down decades of pain and trying. It will take time, yes, but he is on his way. Not only is Robbie Williams a cautionary tale about drug use and bad behavior, his story is also a prime example in healing. Williams has been able to fight against substance abuse and eventually find happiness, and this has allowed him to get married and have children. This has allowed him to seek true happiness. He has repaired his relationships with people, and most importantly, he's on a journey of healing himself and his relationship to Robert Peter Williams. Robbie Williams is ambitious and he wants those #1 albums, and there is nothing wrong with that. He always knew he wanted to entertain and make people happy, And sometimes those goals simply require you to polish your ego a bit. Robbie has had many reasons to apologize throughout his life, but one thing he doesn't need to apologize for is his success. And that is a note to all of you as well. Be humble and apologize when you need to. Be genuinely sorry for the mistakes that you have made and learn from them, but never, ever bring yourself down when it comes to your own accomplishments. And lastly, you just really need to be yourself. This is a message that Robbie has been preaching for a while now, and I just want to forward that. You can't make everyone love you, so why would you need to try to appeal to everyone's palates? The best and most authentic way you can make someone like you is by being your true self. You might not be there yet, but look at Robbie Williams. He's still on his way as well. Thank you everyone for watching. This was just my short character analysis on Robbie Williams and my thoughts on him. So, nothing really special, but thank you again and see you sometime.